New data shows our nation's unemployment rate at 8.6%. That's the lowest level in more than 2 years.
But experts say that doesn't mean the economy is back on its feet just yet. News 8's Pauline Lee joins us now with more.
Here in La Crosse, the unemployment rate is lower than the national rate, hovering around 6%. But that doesn't mean people here aren't struggling too. Steinmetz is one of the people who is still looking for a permanent position, even though analysis say nearly 300,000 people have given up.
So I always hope it's going to wind up becoming permanent. The uncertainty of not knowing or not having a place to call home is very difficult sometimes. It's hard to stay upbeat. You like to have someplace you can say, well, this is where I work, this is what I do.
While the number of people who have stopped looking for a job may be a reason for the dip in the unemployment rate, Workforce Connections CEO Jamie Applin says that's not the only reason.
What we're seeing right now is an effect of the retail trade and the hospitality upticks in those particular areas over the last month. That's a national number. Here we're seeing some of that same feel. We haven't seen the actual numbers yet. But what we expect is that we're cautiously optimistic, but we're not absolutely certain this is a sign of a downturn in unemployment.
Applin says the retail and hospitality fields make up nearly 30% of the workforce here in La Crosse, so he's cautious of what might happen after the holidays.
Well, we're going to be watching that very closely. Come January, we would hope that the retail would stay strong enough to hold the unemployment at that low level. But since most of the dip has been made up of hospitality and retail, there's a very distinct possibility that we may see that come back up maybe to 8.75 to 9%.
With experts as cautious as they are about the unemployment numbers, Steinmetz hopes this is the start to brighter days in our economy.
It gives me some hope that maybe something permanent will actually show up finally after these 2 years. And I can feel anchored someplace again.
Applin says La Crosse's unemployment numbers actually fluctuate somewhat similarly to the national economy. So as November's numbers took somewhat of a big dip, he's hoping the same will happen in La Crosse. But again, he's cautiously aware those numbers might go up again after the holidays.
Thank you, Pauline. The Labor Department says the U.S. added 120,000 jobs last month. That makes 5 months in a row the economy has generated 100,000 or more jobs.